Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the Storm Driver, which is part of the Alchemar gun line, and we'll go ahead and take a closer look at it. And as you can see, there's 3 power cells on each side of the gun, and there's a rather noticeable shock aura around it. Like, you can even see that when you're not zoomed in, so it's pretty cool. And I also enjoy the color scheme of the gun, that light blue and the reddish color. Now for the gun's basic attack, you can fire off 2 projectiles in a clip. And the projectiles, while you can only fire 2, they ricochet. Now for the charge attack, you fire off a big ball of lightning, and when the ball of lightning hits an enemy or a wall, it can ricochet off into 4 separate shots. And each of those shots can deal the damage of 1 normal shot, so it's a pretty useful feature. Now when we take a closer look at the Storm Driver, we see that it deals pure elemental damage. The gun also has a good chance of causing the moderate shock status. And in my tests, I found the gun to be extremely useful in both Lockdown and the Firestorm Citadel level set. So, if we take this gun and test it out in the field, we see that it does good against both the Undead and the Construct family, and that's because we're dealing pure elemental damage. And here's an example of that ricochet shot out in the field. Now, as you can see, it's ricocheting off those monsters across the path, and it's going to hit this monster to our right. As you can see, it ended up shocking him and doing a little bit of damage, so it's quite a useful technique, and you can really use it to your advantage. Now earlier I mentioned that this gun was great for Firestorm Citadel, and that's because Firestorm Citadel is full of undeads. Like, those zombies are walking around everywhere, and most of the time they're in a group, so if you fire a shot, it's going to bounce off and hit the other guys. And the shock status can also interrupt the zombies' leaps and their other movements, so very useful. Now I also found the Storm Driver to be quite helpful in Lockdown because it makes enemies a lot more manageable when they're shocked. As you can see, I was dealing with 3, and by shocking them I'm able to take out the ones that are shocked, single those guys out, and then work on the other ones that aren't shocked. And I found that people seem to be a little bit more accepting of a Storm Driver than a Polaris on the other hand. Now if you are interested in getting a Storm Driver, you'll first need to get your hands on a Voltaic Alchemar. So you can take your Voltaic Alchemar to a Voltaic Alchemar Mark II. Once you have your Mark II, you can take that to a Volt Driver. And finally, you can take your Volt Driver to a Storm Driver. And thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in Spiral Knights.